Gaffer, a few days since the Carlisle game now, how do you and the lads look back on that game?
Yeah, ultimately, really disappointed. I think I was gutted for the fans more than anything because I know how much it means. You've probably seen that after the game, but I wanted to know that we care, or I care about the result. Obviously, really disappointed in terms of that, and gutted for everybody associated with the club because how big a game it is. But then I have to look at it objectively as well. They've had one half chance in the whole game. We've had numerous chances. I mean, M's first chance in the first 2 or 3 minutes, and they cleared off the line. We've hit the post a couple of times. So we've had we're dangerous enough at set pieces. We just didn't fall for us in the game. I thought we started well second half on the front foot. The only disappointing real thing of the whole game, I think, the last 20 minutes. And I've seen it quite a few times with us since I've been here, where I don't think it's a sub thing. I think it's more. I think you asked me a question about is it quite late to bring a sub on, but I think sometimes it can disrupt. I think we get a bit desperate, and I thought we got too desperate. We tried to go a little bit more direct. We're forcing crosses in from too deep. Keeper thought he played really well coming to collect crosses. We need to get our sort of forward players or wingers, wing backs higher up the pitch. I thought we were too deep at times. We've looked a lot about that recently. But ultimately disappointing that we lost the game of football.
Obviously, a few games you've had here, there's been quite a few games like the Carlisle where the chances are there, it's not quite winning. As a head coach, how much can you guys work on that being better in both boxes side of things?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. That's cost us ultimately the game the other day in both boxes. Their goal shouldn't really have happened. You've had sort of 2 missed tackles, and then can we get a block in for the goal? We've worked hard on that, demanding that. I think we've got to be better at stopping crosses. We've got to be better at stopping shots in and around the edge of the box. And that comes. I thought they did. I thought they put their bodies on the line. They had to, because we had a lot of blocked shots. We had a lot of was in the final third a lot at times, and they put their bodies on the line to get a clean sheet. And we have to do that. I'm not saying we're not working hard or anything like that, but that extra bit that we need in both boxes, that care and composure in their box, instead of snatching at things. And then obviously, it's emergency defending, getting blocks in, throwing your bodies on the line in the opposition, in our own box to keep it out of the net. And you hear a lot of managers talking, we're box to box, we're okay, and then we're struggling both boxes. And I think that was pretty much the case in the game last week. Probably Crew, you could say exactly the same. We could have gone 1 or 2 up in the first half. Their first real chance of the game, they score. Carlisle, their first real chance of the game, they score. And then that puts you on the back foot. And then because of where we are and kind of the confidence and it kind of drains out of you. Where we scored the first goal at home and stuff, we've got on to win quite comfortably. So, that's a really important factor in terms of just having that care and composure in their box and ultimately putting bodies in the line in our own box.
In terms of being able to tweak that, is that more practice on the training pitch? Is it trying to get the confidence up? Is it watching clips, or is it just everything?
Yeah, a bit of everything. But ultimately, it's we've got to do it out there on the training pitch. It's got to be repetitive. So it's you get good habits out there. I keep talking about that. You get your good habits from, because you're here all the time in terms of training ground. Obviously the match bit is what everyone sees, but you've got to do the groundwork here, and our habits are getting better and better each day. We've had a couple of really good sessions since obviously the disappointing result last week, but we focused on a lot of that in terms of throwing bodies on the line. We focused on obviously that care and composure in front of goal. I think we're creating. If we weren't creating chances, then I'd be really worried. I think we're creating. We had 19 shots against Carlisle. I think they had 5, and only 2 on target. One was the Garth, and one was a sort of dolly to Farm. So we're not conceding loads and loads of chances. But unfortunately at the minute when they get a chance, too many times it's in the back of our net. So we've worked hard on that, in stopping that, and being more aggressive in those areas, in wide areas, and then obviously loads of finishing, crossing and finishing, and trying to get that composure. Certain runs as well. I think we need to be more aggressive. We need to attack the crosses a little bit more. We're kind of waiting or looking for cutbacks too often. Obviously the old getting across the front. Your strikers sort of on the move in the box, etc. So we've worked a lot on that, but I think we've created a lot of chances since I've been here. I think we've scored relatively quite a lot of goals. I know we haven't the last couple of games, but we've still had really good chances in 2 games. So there's loads to work on, sort of both boxes really, and that's been probably the main theme, since the game.
And Notts County up tomorrow. How much of a challenge does that provide for us?
Yeah, it's a massive challenge. I like it though, because I bet everyone thinks doesn't expect anything from it, which I think I'd rather be in that camp as well. Going as the underdogs, going somewhere to try and get a result, and we will try and go and win the game of football. That's a given. They're a very good team. Manager's fantastic. Obviously, from coming against him last season at Wilston in the National League, pretty similar style as what they played there. No disrespect to Wilston, obviously top players. You look at Jatta, McGoldrick. You got obviously Jody Jones coming back as well, but fantastic footballers. Top end of the pitch at the back. So we know it's going to be a tough game, especially at their place. But I think training's been really, really good the last couple of days. I think the players know that we're not a million miles away in getting results. Like I said, the chances we're creating and the sort of nip and tuck of the last couple of games have been, or the last few games have been, we've just come on the wrong side of them. I think the lads, truly believe that we're not a million miles away in getting them those results. If we keep working hard, we've got to work even harder now to make sure we get points over the line. But one tomorrow we're really looking forward to. It's a big game for us, big game for them. They're flying high right at the top of the league, and we're really looking forward to the game.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.